switch my angle here. I'm actually going to bring this all the way back over there. All right, so Jesse, lead me in. We look like we're at Grant Padley versus Ben Shoemaker.
That is correct. We are looking at what looks to be a Death Ben Shoemaker 1, which is he is the master of discard.
Certainly is.
Against a Heir. Grant Padley, it looks like from Sam's first discard. He discarded a Royal Prison here to start it off. This is going to be a meeting because we're going to see some Shadow of the Cowboy Ben Shoemaker happening. So let me tell you, when you have a destruction effect and it feeds, we're going to see Grant's first form. Grant actually might be one of the interesting character. It's 3, buddy. Uh-oh.
And Sam's on the left?
Sam is on the left playing Grant Padley. Did he just reveal too many cards?
Oh no?
Well, luckily this is an easily repairable game state. This would be okay. We don't have a way to communicate with them. Like
you have to jump out, and then.
I think they figured. I think Brian just figured it out. I think Brian just explained it to him.
All right.
All right. I think we're. If it happens again, I'm gonna jump in. Okay, guys. It's Grant's only 3 here. Come on, guys. You're on stream. That would only fall under a warning technically. So I mean, let's keep an eye and see what people do here.
In order to interact with them, you have to jump out, become a real color, and then I normally just tap on the board and then tap on the play mistake, and then jump in chat. The tapping gets their attention, and then whatever. Okay, so yeah. I'm getting settled in. I've got my drink. I'm already 2 turns into this game. Kind of tell me, what is the overall strategy for both Grant Padley and
So the big strategy with what we're seeing from, let's see here. I'm trying to see what I can. Obviously, I can't. I don't spectate a lot of games on tabletop. So the all-around objective with Ben Shoemaker is destroy a foundation, and then responding with his to make them discard a card. Then responding with the Cassidy Leviathan.
Casa seems good.
So what he's doing is, after he makes your opponent discard 1, he does a 5+ response check to add the top card of his deck to his momentum. That can only be done during his attack. So the idea is to do throw even a low end attack just to gain a free momentum is the best play. Ooh, we're seeing some old school design for combat balance fighter, draw 2 tricks going on there.
The
OG.
And so Ben's gonna want to try and dump your whole hand and then finish you off with a string, or use that momentum that he gets after you discard.
Yeah, for a powerful attack or a So this is going to be interesting. There is a bunch of anti-discard cards on multiple symbols, but are people playing them? Are people playing Pure of Heart?
Yeah,
that's like the big one on Heir. So if he's playing Pure of Heart and he does that discard, it's like, oh, I'll just draw back to my hand size. Oof.
Yeah, or things like Thunderbreak.
Yeah.
Thunderbreak just says that you're going to be set up defensively for probably the rest of the turn. And then Grant Padley's entire thing is he sculpts really well because of his form. Once per turn, discard a card, reveal a card, replace it. And so you basically get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and then pick which one that you want. And then commit to make 1 attack really beefy by giving it extra speed and extra damage.
Exactly. The old school trick with him was you were playing evil, and you just you launch a dragon flare, and you just give it +4/+4.
But pretty good.
But you don't need to do that anymore. Like you can play like Royal Prison and stuff like that, and you can just get a little stab in. That's all you're really trying to do. You're just trying to get them.
Royal Poison's insane in this deck because if they block the Royal Poison, you get Grant ready again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So destroy a foundation to make my next thing massive as well.
So Grant has the other cool thing here we're seeing on the board already is Contact the Hider, which is from the KOF promo pack. This says this is actually a weird situation. It's a response commit. After the combat phase begins, draw 1 card.
Yeah.
And then it says if your opponent's printed hand size is greater than your printed hand size, you may discard 2 and draw 2 instead. So you have like a hard filter.
Yeah.
Like you can just like filter 2 cards and draw 2. I have seen it played to be a 2-card filter. I've seen it played to just draw a card. Like it's doing right here. Like go into a set, just becoming like committing a foundation every turn to be a 7. That's a balance that play that's amazing. That card was we called it Jimmy Johns because that's what he's doing. Just pick up the phone like Jimmy Johns, instantly get that card. That was the old nickname for it.
That's funny. That's really, really funny. I think I've heard that nickname before. Although I will say, because of the fact that we are fighting Ben Shoemaker, though, we are a left hand size character, and so if we already have a balance fighter in our hand, there's no reason for us not to draw the 2 or discard 2, draw 2.
Yeah.
Then we've discarded balance fighter, draw an additional one. So just like this card kind of just says draw 3, kind of.
Yeah. It's so you're doing like you'll discard with balance fighter, you immediately draw because it's a state, it's a static, and then you do the effect. You have another card. You have Jimmy John, like you're becoming like a pretty giant hand size. Ooh, Playboy. That's a nice one in him too. Double Playboy. Okay. Playboy. Jesus.
How many Playboys does this man have?
Oh, and he is playing Pure of Heart. We just see now.
Yeah.
So Playboy with Grant is interesting because Playboy can turn into, I want all of these cards in my discard pile. I will get all these cards from my reveal because you'll go F the move, grab it, do your ability. Oh, I'll grab the one that I want, and then destroy more Playboys to get the rest of them.
Yeah,
like that's a build that will, if you can get through another turn, like those can start turning into gaining more cards. Once again, you're going down a foundation to gain a card.
For sure. And right now, like 6 feels like a really healthy spot to be in when it comes to having just a solid board state to attack and defend yourself appropriately. So I think we're gonna have to build up a little bit more before we're allowed to play the abilities on the Playboys. Now that we've seen Pure of Heart, like I'm sure Brian has seen it. What do you do as Ben Shoemaker to correct this? Because there has to be some sort of course correction because we can't just start discarding cards all willy-nilly, right?
Well, now you're kind of pacing your. It's how much more. We haven't seen an attack yet from Brian that outside of Casa de Leviathan that really aggressively uses that momentum.
Right.
So he could choose to do it when necessary. He just gotta. It's a pick and choose game.
Fair.
So we're kind of in the. I still think you just keep pushing. But right now you're just trying to get a board built. Like he's playing Bolton support. Like I saw a Mop Sweep. There's an Ore Strike. So, we're seeing champ cards everywhere. Some Pull My Triggers.
Pull My Trigger, Blood, Sweat, and Beers on the board at the same time. What a world. What a timeline we live in.
Uh-huh.
the darkest timeline for sure.
Dude. So much champ card action here round 1. I'm loving it.
I agree. And anybody who's just joining us who doesn't know, when we say champ cards, Grant Padley and Ben Shoemaker, they are not characters from your favorite fighting game. They're actually real life people. One of the biggest prizes, the biggest prize that you can get whenever you win at a major inside of UniVersus is you become a character inside of the game. And so Grant Padley and Ben Shoemaker have both won major tournaments, and they were allowed to design and print these cards, and they were standard legal playable for a limited amount of time. But now that we're playing retro, we're going back in time. It's like they're legal again. And so this is one of my absolute favorite parts about UniVersus, is the fact that it rewards your top players so much by immortalizing them inside of the game. We opted not to use the calling. This should be a dead giveaway, though we're swinging, dude. We're going for it. And there's a ton of defense on Ben's board that we got to get through.
True. We've got double Guardian Sword. We've got Kieran's Soul. Those are big defensive cards that have little to no true cost to them. I'm just like, okay, here we go.
And honestly, we have to get through Ben himself, because if we, as Ben, are not afraid of Pure of Heart, if we just let it rock, we're going to be discarding cards on his turn as well, on Grant's turn. And so maybe this card, this Royal Poison, does do the 8 damage that it's wanting to push, or excuse me, the 9 damage it's wanting to push. But like it could do 9 damage and force Grant to discard a really good card.
That's true. Also, you got to remember, there's just a lot here that can come out of this. Like right now, it's just pressure. That's all we're doing with Royal Poison. We're just putting the pressure on. There we go. Now it just sucks. He doesn't have what he really should be doing, because he has to block. He really has to block. If he starts putting speed reductions on this, I'd be deactivating those Playboys and filtering.
Well, here's the thing. We could just, like, we destroyed our committed Wandering Pirate, one of the strongest foundations in the game.
Yeah.
We could just Playboy and get it back.
That's true.
Like, he didn't take it. We could just Playboy, or maybe we have
9.
a second Wandering Pirate in our hand. We're just pick it and just play it.
That's the one thing with this deck, is it has so many foundation destruction effects. Playing multiples of a unique is no problem. Like, he's playing 2 Contaminating Hydrants. I know that. I've seen 2. One got checked. So he's got this Wandering Pirate, so he might have more of those in there. So let's see what happens. He's already committed. He did not grant, correct, before playing that Royal Poison.
No, I don't believe so.
So he doesn't have
do it.
Ooh. Soleil. I have become a big fan of this card.
This card recently. This card's actually crazy.
Yeah. Libra seems to me, Libra's in my local community was very under-tested when in the coat, because only Kevin and Field went to Worlds. I couldn't go this year, and other people just didn't go, so we didn't really test heavily with it. Yeah. Like, I was like, all right, I can play all these great Inferno cards. I didn't even start looking at Raphael stuff till like maybe a month ago, and I'm like, wow, this card's way better than I expected. Because also, it's a character control card, which without Bang in the format, the character control cards like Evil Bow and this one are just they're needed. You got to play with them.
For sure. I think so. Like, I told you I was wanting to jam out Mina games, right? This card in Song Mina, hey man, it's got 3 speed, stun 3. If you don't block it, I'll commit your character. If you do block it, I'll put it back in my hand so I can block reversal again.
The prison again. Becomes poison.
This is really good because we had to commit 3 cards. So now destroy one of my committed cards. If you don't block this, not only are you like dead, you'll be at 3 life. Or 4 life, excuse me. I'm gonna if you don't block it, you're at 4 life. If you do block it, I'll ready my whole staging area and just be prepared for you to die. So like, here is where as Ben, we have to make a decision of, is that last attack coming? Can I deal with it? If we decide not to take it, our Blood, Sweat, and Beers becomes excuse me, if we do decide to take it, our Blood, Sweat, and Beers becomes live to stop a response from happening.
Yeah, like stop Maze Castle.
It will stop Maze Castle. $1,000 poker chip coming out.
Yep. So that's definitely pointing towards a minus speed. So now you're definitely like, yep, All right, this is coming in. The one thing you will notice is, if you look at, say, Contact the Hider on UFS Ultra, is it's literally a scan of a card.
Yeah.
There was never official images of those cards from Jasco back in the day. Those are literally somebody came back from the first event they were given out at and put them all on a scanner and scanned them. That's how we got our images.
I love it. And
they're
those cards are still available somewhere, right?
Oh, they are available over at RochesterCCG.com. There is promo packs. There are the individual promos. So they're all over the place. And we're going to see a block here with that Aura Strike. It's
easy block.
Easy block.
Easy
Time
block
to
in the whole wide world.
So time to ready up everything.
Including Grant. So if we have something... I guess in order to be lethal, we'd have to have an 8 damage attack, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna use Grant first, see what he finds. Like the smart play right now would be try to find it. Yeah, insane. Like I think you take the
Soup Tech, right?
Yeah.
Soup Tech, clear one of these, and the way that it works is you actually clear the card first, then you make your check.
Yeah.
Because of how the cost works. So this is gonna be on a 6. So we just commit 1.
I mean, that's
from there.
I think he's gonna try
Playboy and pick it up.
I think that's well. He's got to make the check, so the check will be on top of that.
Right, and then the ability says draw 2 cards, then discard this card from your card pool.
Okay, so we get 2. So we get a 4. He's got to commit 2.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Commit Grant. We don't need him. So if we would have committed Grant here instead of the Playboy, we could have destroyed 2 foundations to draw 4 cards and completely clear a card pool. That's insane, actually. Playboy and Soup Tech. We didn't now play Playboy, grab Soup Tech, play it again on the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow! I know what I'm doing when I get home. I'm making this deck straight up. That's insane. That's actually crazy. And that's playable under 2 symbols. That's playable under both all and air.
Yep.
Wow.
Got a Zealot. Wow. Talk about doing the Zealot. Zealot's really good at Grant. Zealot's one of those ones that's like another ready my character effects that Grant doesn't care what it's how it negates. It just cycles, and that's a fine card with him. But he's on +2 difficulty right now. I think he's just clearing, and yeah, I think that's he must either. So now my guess. So here's the one thing. Took the Superior. He did that, and he's saying go, passing with 4 in hand. So my guess is from that he does not have a Pure Heart. He would have gone. I think if he had a Pure Heart, he would have built at least a few cards to like put it down. Like, all right, I have 2 cards in hand. With my Pure Heart, I got some defense. But he's got defense. That's the best part. He's got the Maze Castle. He has Girl like any other. He has Champion Muay Thai. Ooh, we're gonna play some apples.
This is really good because it comes down committed, and it's just an easy pickings for Ben to start destroying things.
He's playing he's playing it correctly. You have to discard the card first, then make the check, then draw 2, then bring it down, or then to do it. You have to do it like you have to pay all costs on when playing actions. If they have cost on them, you pay the costs, all those costs before you even make the check. And
the cost is anything before the colon, right?
Yeah. So like dodge. You know how many people used to play dodge incorrectly back in the day? But they would like make the check, lose X. I'm like, no, it's lose X, then make the check.
Yeah, buddy, you could fail this.
Yep. I have failed. I have definitely watched somebody fail a dodge and lose the game. It was not a good time. Ooh,
this is a really, really strong opening from Ben. One of Ben's strongest like turn 2 plays, get you baited, is actually the Yoshimitsu multiple 2 that randomly gets +3/+3, because in one turn you can bug spray and then Ben, and then your multiple's ready to go because you just grab 2 momentum real quick.
Okay, so he got the bug spray. He didn't respond with apples, which has surprised me, because apples' response is bring it down as a face down foundation. Both players lose 1, and he didn't do that. And
this is also really surprising because of the fact that if we went to 9 here, our Blood, Sweat, and Beers would have been live.
Yeah. So he's making some interesting choices. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe he just didn't want. Maybe he missed the trigger. Maybe, like, who knows? We don't have the audio to go with it, so we're just playing the guessing games. So, but the bug sprays are really good. Yep, he's just gonna eat that bug spray. Like, he discarded a balance fire.
Ben doesn't kill him here, does he?
Well, depends. What does he have?
We've got Pull My Trigger live, right? And we have enough foundations that we could just make it happen. Because we have Pull My Trigger, Ridding the World of Outsiders, and honestly, Shadow of a Cowboy is like a huge combo extender inside of this deck. And so we could be discarding cards +3 damage and so on and so forth.
There's a big boy.
Yeah, this is on a 7?
5.
We should wait and see if we have a response from Castle first. Because I for sure discard. Like, unless you've got a mid block, right?
Unless he has a mid block and he has 2 speed reducers. I think he's fine with the. We're checking for Castle. Sam's like, whoa, hold up, buddy.
Can Shadow stop Pure of Heart? Before a card would leave your
staging area,
but due to an opponent's effect, destroy this card. I can respond to the static, right? Or do I not have time?
No. Pure of Heart is if it's discarded from hand.
Right.
Hand's not in your staging area.
If before a card would leave your staging area due to your opponent's effect, destroy this card instead. And Shadows stop Pure of Heart. Pure of Heart says if it's discarded, you get to add 2 of your opponent's foundations up.
Okay. This makes me go into the math in my head here.
I think it doesn't. Chat, let me know. Yes, Shadow works against Pure of Heart.
It does. Okay.
1 card. Shadow stops 1. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
So that's 1 card. It destroys it. It destroys this card instead of it going to the staging area, and then So that's,
and then replaces itself. Okay. Cool. I was wondering why we weren't just blowing it up.
You know what do I know the problem is? Is me being a legacy player, I still keep thinking of the effect of original Pure of Heart. Original Pure of Heart was if your opponent made you discard it, they lose life equal to their hand size. That was the original Pure of Heart, and that's the one I kept somehow clicking in my head. I still get like, oh, isn't it that one? Like, nope.
We went ahead and activated the Blood, Sweat, and the Apples to Apples, or How You Like Them Apples. Apples. Beautiful game. Go find it, Target or something. How You Like Them Apples. On the second attack, which is like so interesting. Why that line? I wish I was inside of his head.
So we got -3 speed on this funeral. Doesn't really have any speed pumps on the board to activate here.
Yeah, the only one that we could really do is commit the Ridding the World of Outsiders for the next one to get 2/2, and then flip for +1/+1. But -3 versus +1, like it's still -2, and we made our card essentially +1 progressive difficulty because we had a committed additional card. Like, that's one way that I like to look at commit costs is I essentially, if I commit a card on my ability, I gave it +1 difficulty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at this play here. But he's just going to block with Zealot.
Zealot says after it's played, not as a block, added to your staging area.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be moving. But we are playing reverse. So let's go. Novo Soleil. Man, this card's actually insane. We get to ready back up 2 cards, so we get to ready up Playboy and Girl.
Ready Playboy and Girl. I think you just put +2/+2 on this and make him have to like all right, I'm gonna throw +2/+2 on this, and if you don't completely block it, I tap your character.
Yeah.
That gets you, now you're just like, all right, next go back to them. You're just like, all right, go back to you. Good luck.
I mean, there's no reason not to. We could just stop the whole reversal with Blood, Sweat, and Beers, though. And so
yeah, he's doing that.
Yeah,
it looks like that's the play.
Absolutely the right play. And that means that this card is actually stuck inside the card pool because adding the card to the card pool and making the control check is cost. If we would have failed the control check, the card would have left. But the fact that the ability was canceled, it's just going to sit there and just add to progressive.
Or strike.
Or strike is good, especially because we are at Desperation, one of the strongest Desperation cards that the death symbol has. Checks a 3, 4, 5. We don't even care. Yeah, just commit out for it, dude. We're going to be drawing. He's got 1 card left in hand. This thing's going to do 7, possibly 10. Depending on what we destroy. It could be 11 off of Ridding if we've got more gas. We could destroy Shadow the Cowboy and replace itself. Like there's so much we could be doing here.
Have you ever had a chance to deadlock key or strike? It is the best feeling ever.
I'm sure it is. We do have to be careful though because we've added the Blood, Sweat, and Beers up to our hand. I mean, Grant still has that Maze Castle that's available, right?
Yep.
Which kind of just tells me that playing the ability on Ridding just does not make sense now. Like there's almost no chance that it's going to pay out.
I think that he's letting the Maze Castle. He's letting this come in. He didn't maze this one because it's not lethal. Like I would only maze if it's lethal right now. That would be the only reason to make, because you need to this is in a situation where he's gonna. You really have to have you have to have some type of protection. If you don't on board see a way for him to kill you, you just all right. Is this eat anything? Nope. All right, so he discards his own Casa de Leviathan. Not surprised. So Grant has no cards in hand. So this is definitely just draw 2 cards with or strike, and eat the damage.
So obviously this play is fine. The next play though is interesting because when in my testing of Ben, this is actually the weakest point Ben could be, is right now. So it's the duality of Ben being in control and being weak is such a razor thin line, because now we no longer get to just grab our free momentum, which I don't even think we triggered off of the ability right now.
He has not. Right? He didn't do it yet. He hasn't. We're still in. He activated the ability. Yep, we're checking. I think there we go. There's the check for.
And then he'll add it in. Okay.
Yep.
So now that Grant no longer has cards to add to his to discard, Ben is actually a blank character, which is fine. But 9 times out of 10, we want to pay that momentum out.
Yeah.
Like we want to be building that momentum to then be paying it out.
He's gonna draw 2 cards here with the Aura Strike. So he's now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 8 cards in hand. We know one of them is
7-hander, right?
Yeah. So he's over his hand. So he's back over his hand. His hand count. Let's see. Like right now. Yeah. Like he doesn't. If he has. Yeah, he must not have anything, because he would have destroyed a foundation to plus damage.
Yeah.
Like that definitely shows it right there, and that shows it. Ooh. We
commit Ben and Shadow there, right?
No.
Like I don't know why you wouldn't. Ben's not doing anything. Ben's not doing anything on my opponent's turn, and then Shadow is pretty much only there for the anti-discard play.
Yeah.
And so that would have been another Kieran Soul that existed inside of our staging area for perfect blocking.
Yep. Oh, here comes the big boy.
Yeah. Did you say rounded down? Rounded up.
Rounded up.
Oh, why did they let that happen?
So like 7. Well, it's printed difficulty, so it's just +2 +3. But 7s are like
it's difficulty. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it was damage. I'm just not reading cards. But
the MC is like you can't play an enhance. Like if you can't, if you go minus speed, you're auto losing 2 life, and now you're like, okay, I have to block this. Yeah, he's just gonna
insane.
We're gonna barrier.
Insane. What a solid play.
All right, so he's gonna barrier this, take 6, go to 3.
How do you feel about Skull Barrier existing in the format forever?
Fine.
I'm totally fine with that. I think it should join one of the upper echelons of the of staple UniVersus cards. The Revokes, the Templars, Out of Your Leagues, Skull Barrier. I'd be so fine for that.
It is a perfectly balanced. It's one of those cards that, like, man, people hated it back in the day, but I think that there's enough momentum hate, and there's enough of. It's just like it's a good card. Like that's really what it is. Like you know about stuff. I'm one of those people that I've killed people with Skull Barriers, and like they were at like 10. So I like little weenie attacks that I can just feel like, all right, you're dead, and they just have to. They don't realize it.
And Skull Barrier is such a thinking man's card, right?
Yes.
On both sides of the table, right? Because, like, you sit here and it's like the biggest game of poker that you can play. I've got Skull Barrier in 2 momentum, and then I lay down my next attack, and then as the person as Skull Barrier, I have to go, is this a bait? And as the person playing the attack, I have to look at my opponent and go, is this a bait? And it's so high skill capped and affects the game in such a massive way.
Right. So the big thing we're about to see, my guess is Sam launched that plasma cannon in. I wonder if Sam has another of the action
superior technique
of superior, but I don't see it.
Instead, how about we just add it to our momentum? How about that? And then
ready my character. Because it is a charge attack.
Hell yeah, it is. We actually just live on the YouTube channel just made a Spike 2 deck that did this exact same thing and ended with Dancing Tempest. So we would use the Spike cards to stuff our momentum real quick, and then in one turn just OTK you with like Plasma Cannon, West Wind combo. They'll both leave or go to momentum, and then hit the West Wind, give it +4/+4 and flash.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn. This might be able to close it. This is going to close the game, I think.
Well, the thing is, the question that we have, so this is an easy block. We got the Blood, Sweat, and Beers.
Well,
to happen.
He's got that. He readies Grant.
Yeah.
So now it's you put 2 speed, 2 damage on the wind. Like you just gotta push in here, and then like you have Beers, but then you have 2 5 damage multiple.
If we do hit the multiple.
Why would you not get the multiple? Like, where's the? On board. I don't see an option, a way to stop the multiple.
Blocking. It does look like we are going for the multiple play though. Or it's multiple 1? Question mark.
Interesting. Oh, he wants a momentum for base castle. Change it to a high. Change it to a high now. Now you're like your Blood, Sweat, and Beers play is not nominal. Yeah. It's not a good thing.
I actually completely respect that.
I think they're right now just. I think it's more or less. It's now we're playing the. Do you got an answer to this play, or are we good?
It's so interesting because of the fact that we are playing the death symbol. And when I sit down and I look at a character with the death symbol, even a character such as Ben Shoemaker, like I know, we just used Maze Castle as opposed to it and just changed his own to high. He has another Westwind combo coming. He has something else up his sleeve. Reversal? Question mark? Bug's Butt? Just kidding. The OG. The OG.
That is on a 5. -2, so he has to tap out to pass it.
I think this is a totally fine play, especially because it is currently lethal. And it's
only good
lethal on half.
It's lethal on half. It's a mid. The thing is, he has the Playboy to. He has the Playboy to get out of the speed pump, which is important. The best is going to be is +1 speed from on board.
Why does
like
it? Why does it?
Okay, so Navos has
for the speed bump.
So here's what he'll do the Navos if your opponent passes on the next enhance, it gets +4 speed. He just girl this. Never mind. He just girls that. He just
could also champion, right?
Yeah, he could champion. Yep, there's the 1/1.
He could maze castle if he wants to. Let us play ball-headed.
That is true. Also, yeah, he's got answers for days here. We're not. I don't think this is going to be lethal.
So I don't think it's going to be lethal, but I do think it ends his turn. Like his turn's over.
There's the block.
So it's on a 7. 6, 7, and then even if we have one more attack, we still have to block. We still have to play it, pass it. It gets skull barriered, and then have the last card in our hand also be an attack.
On a 6? On a 5?
It's on a 5.
Okay.
And then are we ready back up, Grant?
Ooh, that was...
Checks the 5.
Oh my god, he's playing Hand of a Tyrant too.
Damn right.
The hard clear. All right.
Boy, and grab our cool Westwind combo back and draw 2 more cards. I do not see how we're not playing this combo right now.
Come on, see it.
Combo is so cool. This
was a good first match to watch for the day. This has been a highly interactive game of UFS, and I'm loving it.
I completely agree. And there's so much happening on the board that you get to take care of. Like, both players are playing... They're both playing really solid, like, a slugfest of an attack. And then... and they're also playing good defensive pieces. Like, Get you a deck that can do both. You know what I'm saying? What is happening here? Is that what I think it is?
That is a Prism Storm.
I mean, any deck that runs
clear effects,
superior technique, like, I don't know why you wouldn't. That card just says +2 to your hand size. Play a card, draw 2. Neat. Yeah, that sounds great. I as a 6-hander, I'm now a 7-hander. I'm an 8-hander, excuse me, because I've played and cleared and whatever.
Yeah.
Played 7 cards is easy. And we've played 4 cards this turn because Prism Storm counts blocks as well. So all we have to do is play 2 more cards and then we drop down our card for free.
Yep.
One of them has to be an attack that's nervous, right? So that we clear with the skull barrier. We play a foundation and then just jam it. Yeah. Seems easy. Easy. This game's easy.
The same, right. Yeah.
Grant wins. Easy. We can stop watching. Just as long as, just kidding.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. No wonder he didn't play, boy. We didn't even have to. Clear it, draw. This is now our 5th card that we've played.
5th, yep.
We've got 4 cards in hand, so we have options. Oh, we had to play an attack there. Dang.
No, this cycles. It's fine.
Well, no, we had to play an attack because Prism Storm has to be the 7th card, and it's just going to get removed by Skull Barrier.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to play an attack to push the...
Well, maybe now he just plays the Prism Storm, and he has the Skull Barrier, and then he has another attack.
That's fair, but, man, Prism's got a lot of speed.
I know. Well, Prism would be a 10i10. Well, yeah, 10i million.
Yeah, since if it's the 7th card you attempt to play this turn. Maybe he actually miscounted. Oh, no, he's just passing it for free.
He's just playing it and plays barrier.
Yeah, there's no way that we don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Because this is right now 14 speed for 7. It's going to be 17 speed for 10 with Grant. Oh, my God. This is up. Oh, my God. We might be out of gas. That's on a 3.
And he says,
oh, he's picking up the Prism.
Grab my Royal Poison. Let's go. On the 6. He can't fail it. We're not playing any 2s.
I don't think so.
Hell yeah.
And then he just blows up a foundation to. He blows up one of the foundations to +2 +3.
EX3. I think this is going to be game.
Wow, that was weird.
a turn. Truly showcasing the power of retro, right?
Yeah,
like,
there we go. He's been sitting on a Pure of Heart for like ever. That's what I expect. He's had that Pure of Heart in hand since turn 3.
Man.
Oh, that was so we are currently at, let's see. I'm looking at the round updates. 30 minutes left in the round at 12:34. So we got 20 minutes here, and we got one, maybe 2 games to play.
I'm down. I'm super down.
I'm just gonna mute my mic for 1 minute. I just need to do a quick meds take, and I'll be right back.
While he's doing that, everybody at home, if you're listening, check your posture, check your hydration check. Do you have water? Do you have some sort of beverage? Straighten up, do a couple stretches as we sideboard into the next one. Ben's gonna be going first, which is really important because I think the way that we're gonna have to at least tie this game up as Ben is we gotta blitz him, dude. We gotta rip those cards out of his hand and just push through. We just gotta go get him. And then as Grant, I think we actually sit and relax. I think we just sit and chill. 9 out of 19 matches are still playing. That's quite a few.
All right, so we're on to sideboarding here, looks like.
Novo's bad, it literally loses you the game. Confirmed. All right, fair enough. What up, Barry? We are big chillin', hanging out, living life.
We selected an amazing round 1, I think.
I totally agree. I'm not sure we could have picked a bad one, though.
That's true. Round 1's
we are playing UniVersus.
That's true. But we just saw some level of interaction that was crazy. Tam, letting you know, I did send you a message during the middle of that game. I got the character breakdown for the event.
Cool.
Kevin Broberg, your regular commentator, is playing Scorpion 1 today.
Scorpion 1.
Yes.
The Scorpion.
The
main man.
So
my boy.
I have some ideas. I think I know what's going on. I can't wait to check it out at some point today if he keeps it up.
For sure. Bear, what are we gonna play? Send us a deck list. We'd love to hang out with it. Flash Lightning Scorpion lives again. Ooh,
I like Fatal. I'm a fan of Fatal Frame Scorpion.
Fatal Frame?
Fatal. What is that? The Fatal Fortress. Sorry, Fatal Fortress Scorpion. Ugh. We're gonna check out later. We'll talk about Fatal Fortress at some point. That card is one of my
Fortress Frame.
Oh, sorry, Fortress Frame, man. Sorry, I've been playing a lot of horror games this past week. I've been playing a lot of Fatal Frame, and I just completely lost track of my card I was talking about.
Huh.
So that with Scorpion is anytime somebody plays a printed enhance on their character, +1 or -1 speed. So you play like an 80 card deck with all just piles of all the desperation, and you're just removing every time, like, oh, lose 1 life, -2 speed. Respond, -1 more speed. And then you could do it with all of your enhances.
+3 or -3 seems pretty good.
And then it's just a hot little play there.
Moving on to this game, we've got a build 3 by Ben, a build 3.5 by Grant, because the Zealot Rush gets to re-ready our character.
Yep.
I'm actually not sure who's in a better position. I feel like it's got to be Grant, because his entire job is defend, and he built Ophidiophobia and 2 girls, right? It's like...
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're discarding. Oh my god, we discarded a Balance Fighter to Apples. So we cycle that. We draw 2. He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 8 cards in hand now.
Yeah.
Apples was one of those cards that people who played it knew what they were doing, and people who I could tell really quick when but you watch it, people playing apples, and you're like, who knows what they're doing, who doesn't?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those really good burst cards. And it's even made better inside of Ben because of the fact that like it
turns into a fuel.
Extra gas, and it's fuel for Ben's ability, yeah. And it checks a 5. Super good.
What is going on here? He's like, all right, we're playing some mechanical.
The OG.
Oh, here we go. So this is going to be on a 7 with a +2.
Checks a 5.
Yep.
This is fine. This is actually totally fine. We commit 2 and then be happy with it.
Yep. We're going to do some responding here.
We will both lose. It'll drop down. It does drop down flipped and committed, which is good. Anytime that you have a non-foundation or asset card in your staging area face up, it is destroyed. So it has to flip as it comes down. I guess also characters count too, right? Characters go in your staging area?
Yeah.
Right.
There was a time where, man, what was that? There was a weird timing in the rules at one point where you could get characters stuck in your staging area that aren't matching character name with yours. Ooh, that's
the brothers.
The brothers.
Man, I hate this card, but this card's so strong. Sorry, I have a love-hate relationship with this card. I think this card's amazing. One of the strongest cards they've printed on that have been blue. But I will say, not one of the upper double brothers. Hit him with another one. He's like, fine, you can have that one. Not one of those cards that I want to see as a staple card. That is not a revoke out of your league skull barrier-esque card, in my opinion. Let's have it around for a little bit. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm actually like digging it. I'm actually like we got sent deck list for today. So right now I'm just taking a look at both of these guys' lists, seeing what could have come in. Just get a look at them, like get it so we can keep an idea what's going on. This is so easy to navigate. I love it. Thank you, Tim, for sharing this information. Like, this is for running online events. This is probably the easiest way to do it. Let's see here.
Oh, the fan fave, Team Psycho Soldier, coming in. Man, speaking of amazing synergies with a character, Team Psycho Soldier and Ben Shoemaker is fantastic. Destroy a foundation for the extra speed, destroy a foundation for minus speed, and then you just get to build one of your bad cards from your hand just into your staging area face down and be like, I'm cool with it.
Agreed.
It looks like Grant is opted to discard an attack to potentially pick up more attacks.
Yeah,
I think we actually pick up the balance fighter just because
that's a signal right there. That's a signal.
Psycho Soldier hit the.
All right, so we got a swordfish.
Yeah, Grant's actually just on pure defense mode. He's like, I actually don't care what. I don't even play orange cards anymore.
Yeah, I think we're on. We're in the system in UFS where we played a 40-minute game one. I can sit back and go on defense.
How do you feel about players playing the clock like that?
So I'll give you the perspective from this. For a good stretch, about 3 years, I was like a Star City powered traveler for Magic.
Yeah.
And this was the thing I had to accept. If you have played, and I play every type of deck you could imagine. So I was one of those type of people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to. Sometimes you know that like I got game one out of the luck of I'm in a bad matchup or I'm in a questionable game two after sideboard. I really should be playing for the clock, and you just play. You know, there's a difference between slow playing and playing defensive. And
I agree. I completely agree.
If I am playing a normal turn of UFS and I'm just building foundations, I'm gonna just go look at my hand, play what I decide to play. Don't sit there for 3.5 minutes just to play 3 foundations. That's where I'm like, come on. Now I'll call somebody.
I will say that there's I mean, 3 minutes is pretty egregious, but there is a lot when it comes to blocking and defense inside of UniVersus.
Yes.
That matters. And like holding correct block zones, making sure, because like versus like as Grant, I have to make sure not only am I building enough, but I have to hold enough in hand because Ben's just gonna discard them all. And so like being like, what's the most optimal build that I can make right now? Hand of a Tyrant doesn't have a block. I need the Ophidiophobia out. Swordfish, I mean, these all make sense, but maybe was I supposed to build Hell's Reach? Well, yeah, because it's an extra foundation for me. And so like making those kind of decisions can be pretty tough.
So Ben's leading here with Mop Strike, which is, in my opinion, one of my favorite cards from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's just well statted. It's a desperation card. It has discard, like it just you're cycling 2 cards. You're cycling the attack you're playing the attack, and then doing the effect to both us for the discard and draw, and then you're drawing again. Yeah. It's like you're going down, you're going through 2 cards, they're going through, and they're going down 1 on at random. So it's just like I want to fit this in more decks. Like I think just having that random discard could throw people off. You're like, oh, you're on defense, you have 3 cards, randomly discard 1. If I feel unsafe.
Yeah, I think the card's fun, right?
Now, we're gonna see a Cycle Soldier build down here.
Yeah, of course. I don't know why you wouldn't. That card is just free fuel for Ben.
Yeah.
He's like taking a cash advance on his ability. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, another Mop Strike.
My personal opinion on this card, hey, already paying dividends. Look at that. I mean, you built it, commit it. My personal opinion on Mop Strike is I think it's fine. I'm just not sure that I necessarily, in like a majority of decks, I wouldn't call it a staple, right? I think there's plenty of decks that I'd rather just have a better effect as opposed to just trying to find other good cards in my deck. Why not just play a good card?
That's true.
As opposed to a card that gets you, that cycles for a good card and then draws a good card.
But you gotta think, if you're playing this in coinciding, if you're playing the Botan package, if you're playing Bug Spray, Mop Strike, or Strike.
Yeah.
Why would you not play it? Because you're just trying to maximize your discards.
I completely agree with you. That's what I'm saying. This deck very much synergizes with what's happening inside of
within the package. This is what they call this is one of the things that UFS has with it that's really entertaining, which is the package system of, all right, if I play all of this character's support, if you play it, the synergy is insane. Like if you play Voice of Reason and three of the 3 good attacks that both, that's a package. Like you play them all together, they all have a value and a plan to get you to help lead you to lethal. Because sometimes the character the package is put with is not the best character for it.
Yeah. And that is very apparent on Botan.
Yeah.
I think this is a very successful turn for Ben. We kind of put Grant into the danger zone with this turn. As long as I think if Ben gets one more turn, he might actually be able to clutch out a tie here.
Yeah. Let's see here. Is there been...
Bro in the chat says integrity of the results would say play to win every game. Clock don't matter.
All right, so we're at about, let's see here. So we're at about 6 minutes left in the round. We're playing. All right, so he's gonna take. If he's taking the attack, that means he's taking the attack. So he's gonna try to. Sam's gonna try to finish this.
Sam's listening to the stream.
Because the only defense is Kieran Soul on the board, and he doesn't have any of the Zassel Malfoundations.
Yeah.
he does have Team Cycle Soldier, because that can be playable while committed.
Cycle Soldier is for sure good in this situation.
Because you have, you can flip design.
We're hitting the play, right?
Yeah.
We found the Westwind combo. So, like, we found our bread and butter, our 2-piece just coming in.
Yeah. So, my play right now would be, yep, he's going to ready to Hell's Reach. That's the right play. Yeah, plus he's got so many ways to ready Grant. So, every attack is just going to get granted here.
It's interesting because basically what we're saying when we do that is, so Zealot Rush says destroy to give +2/+2.
Yeah.
+2/+2 or +3/+3. And so does Hand of a Tyrant, right? Hand of a Tyrant says destroy for +2/+2 because of ready your character, then you instantly commit it again.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. How many destroy +2/+2s would you play in your deck? I think that's actually like a really fun way to like look at card abilities, is like equate them to like the pure basic mechanics.
So he has to commit 3 here. Ooh. I really think committing the Cured Soul might have been the wrong play.
And you think keeping Ben up?
Oh.
Unless
we got unless we have some blood, some bugs coming in.
We could just swordfish this and be even better.
Oh yeah,
and feel great because we've gotten an additional momentum for our multiple to work.
It's like, all right,
I want even more. I'm in. Oh no, we randomly discarded the Westwind combo. This is the one that we picked up. So unless we have another one, this is gonna feel pretty bad. Dang.
It's gonna be a 6-round day today. I just realized. Ooh.
Yeah, man. When I said 12-hour stream, I meant it. It's
gonna
be a bit.
Wow.
Hey, I mean, we had to see it coming though, right?
Yeah.
So we just add
drag
2 face-ups.
Drag the Kieran.
I'd actually take the face down up and not the Kieran Soul.
Here's the thing: is that being destroyed is just all you're doing is counteracting the 2 cards you just added. So, yeah.
So if we drag the face down up, he doesn't get -2 speed on this next one.
That's true.
And Kieran Soul's committed, so on this current play, we can't do anything.
Oh. All right, so discard.
Discard, ready the character. Hey, this is a 3rd way for us to ready our character.
Yep.
Possibly draw gas?
Find out.
We got 5 cards in hand. We've been Pure of Hearted. I mean, we could accidentally find 17.
Oh.
Or we play even more defense. We've now completely negated 3 attacks. We have 3 attacks on board that just don't do anything.
You just played High Seas Go.
1 from High Seas, 1 from Swordfish. There you go.
I mean, Sam did a pretty sick play to win round 1, guys. You got like, there's definitely things he could be doing, but he's just like he's been interacting. He's played an interactive game of UFS here, and he's just trying to get the players. All right, so there's the hunt.
Fidu, you're totally right. The sickest play is Ben Enhance, Respond Superior Technique, grab Pure of Heart, discard Pure of Heart. You're right. That is the best play that that Grant Padley can do. To just demolish him. Wow.
The bow.
This is a desperate play from a desperate man.
Yes.
This card very much does not count to 14. And if this is our lead-in, I don't know how we're going to count to 14.
He's got so much momentum, though. Like
he's got a lot, but it doesn't.
Like so is the safety play to destroy the ready face. All right, so we're gonna bend him. Okay. The problem is the swordfish. That swordfish is pretty much now. How do we deal with that?
Yeah, we got. I mean, Tagore Brothers is the answer, right? If we've got Tagore Brothers, we can answer one of the two problems that we have, but then it's still one of the attacks is just going to get negated. Hits a break or two. So
here's the question I have for you, Tam. I need this answered.
Yeah.
If we have access to the deck list, are we able to talk about what we're seeing, or should we hold those off till a later rounds when we start talking about?
We should hold off as much hidden information as possible, but we can give vague examples. Like I said that Grant's not playing any 2s. So like you could extrapolate what that means.
Yeah.
He's not hey, this Grant is not playing a Hellfire Impalement deck, right? You know that. But being like, he has 3 of this card and 5 of this card, or there's exactly this many answers. That's maybe a little.
Yeah, that's the thing is with coverage, and their decision as analysts of the event, because if you look at, let's say, the coverage from a large tournament, they're talking about deck listed round 1 of people what they're playing, and I just sent you a message in chat just to kind of like explain when you're talking about Tagoros and like
for sure.
And I was like, I'll share that as I'm like analyzing the deck list here and trying to see their outs. And all right, so we've got the funeral coming. This funeral
talk about coverage as a topic of in the
internums between rounds.
Internums, yeah. I was trying to use a big word and I just got fucked, dude.
All right, so we're at time. So Brian Harris went first, so this is his last turn.
Yeah. Aphidiophobia coming in strong.
Yeah.
But it's still a 3 mid. We've got 1 card in our card pool.
+2 speed.
Yeah, he's trying to just tank him. If he can make this thing hit, and it gets missed, we've got the swordfish that's.
Now we got swordfish protection.
We have to find 12 damage inside of 3 attacks, having been completely committed out and 2 cards in the card pool. I don't see how it's happening unless we've got a big momentum play.
On a 5, has to discard first. Check. Checks a 5.
Desperation, so that the or strike is just not the right play. Yeah, and there it is. I mean, double or strike would do it, but swordfish just says no thank you. All right. Congratulations to Sam Tate for winning this one. We will head back to our lobby and chat for a second. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Wow, that was a